Hi everyone. So I'm really excited because we are finishing our first series today, and that series started out as Traits of Good Writing. I'm really excited. Shaz is excited. You should be excited. I don't know if you're as excited as I am, probably not, but that's okay. Cory is excited. Are you excited? Yes, he's excited. So today's video is going to be on fluency, conventions, and presentation. So these three traits of writing, or good traits of writing, has to do with the latter parts of the writing process. So once you get into the revision and the editing and the publishing, this is where they're going to come into place. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some definitions, and then I'm going to talk about them a little bit. Okay? Fluency is the way individual words and phrases sound together within a sentence, and how groups of sentences sound when read one after the other. This is your cadence. This is the power. This is the rhythm that you see in your writing. If you look at an elementary schooler's writing and how they might sequence things, they tend to say things like, talking about a character, he did this, then he did this, then he did this, then he did this. And it gets very repetitive, and it gets to the point where it's distracting to the reader. As you grow older and refine your writing skills, you learn different sequencing words. So for example, you would say, first I did this, next I did this, then this happened, after that this happened, finally this happened. You use different words, and that helps your writing flow better than simply stating something right after the other that gets repetitive and, quite frankly, boring. Okay, next one. Convention is a way in which something is usually done, especially within a particular area or activity. This is your spelling. This is your grammar. This is your punctuation. This is your capitalization. These are the simple rules of the English language that you tend to follow. And if you're in my class, we've talked about descriptive language and prescriptive language. So I'm just going to go over that again real quick for any viewers that are not familiar with that. Okay? Prescriptive language is the rules in which our language is written or communicated. Descriptive language is how people actually talk. If someone looked at me and said, "Do you have my money?" and I look at you and I say, "I ain't got no money," the person I'm talking to is going to descriptively know that I do not have the money. But according to prescriptive writing, or following the rules of language, or even rules of math, or any rule that has to do with double negatives, it should equal a positive. Therefore, if I say, "I don't got no money," I actually should have money, and that's the big difference. So conventions are important because it follows the rules of the English language, and that's what's important in our writing, especially when the focus is on prescriptive language in education. The last trait of good writing that I want to talk about is presentation. And presentation is how you present information in your paper. And I'm not talking about ways you can present that information in multimodal aspects like Prezi or PowerPoint or giving a speech. Those are all great. But in your actual writing, there are ways you present that. And you guys have grown up with that from a very early age. For example, you typically start out with 3 paragraphs when you learn paragraphing. You start out with an introductory paragraph. And in that introductory paragraph, you need a thesis statement or a topic sentence explaining what your paper is going to be about. Your conclusion sums things up. What did I just read? And then if you want to find out more, the body of your writing is going to have your thoughts and your ideas and stuff to give sustenance to your writing and back yourself up. And those are what they are for. So you need to pause your screen and answer these 3 quick questions for me. Number 1, what does fluency mean and why is it important to writing? Question number 2, what does conventions mean and why is it important to writing? Question number 3, what does presentation mean and why is it important to writing? That's all I have for you guys today. Again, I was so excited that we were finally able to finish one of the hopefully many series that I plan to have. Again, make sure you write down those questions, make sure you write down those answers, and don't be afraid to learn. Bye guys.